Hello, this is Diol. This time the character is on the same team as the friend with the big build, Jiren, and the amazing friend Hyunmul Nim. This character is also making their first appearance in KOF following the original Fatal Fury series. Honestly, even if they're not that cool, when it comes to firepower, this character Blue is absolutely insane. Originally, they were seen as a top-tier character, just below the second strongest. Now, in China, they're considered super top-tier, even surpassing characters like Lightning. Considering that all the top players often pick this character, it's definitely a very good character. Now, let's take a look at Mary, who have insane firepower. Are you ready? This Far A has a pretty good hitbox, but the reach is short, so it's awkward to use as a poke. If I just show you the hitbox battle, it's this good, but it's short. It's a basic move that can't be cancelled, but actually, it's a basic move with a bug. There's a bug where you can get 2 hits with a single long-range A hit. To use it after landing a long-range A, you just need to quickly press C. This bug's advantage is that its weak light punch quickly builds meter, which is amazing. This close a normal is completely useless. Its reach is ridiculously short, and it can't be linked to other basic moves. You can try to force a crouching C to connect, but it's practically impossible. The only advantage is that its startup speed is pretty good, but even though you can cancel into a special move, it's almost impossible to hit confirm this, so it's meaningless. This is the crouching A move, which you use frequently. Even though its hitbox isn't bad, it's a basic move that's mainly used up close. Its rapid fire capability is about as effective as other characters. The moves you can link from crouching A are limited, but they're still useful. This one's tough, but if you pull it off, it's a strong damage combo. One downside is that the sliding move can't be linked into combos. Likewise, Splash Rose can't be linked either. This is Far B with an absurdly good hitbox. The startup speed is a bit slow, which is a drawback, but with its overwhelming hitbox, you can really harass your opponent. Even if your opponent tries to challenge you with a ranged attack, you have nothing to worry about. This is one of the best basic moves. Little by little, just peppering them with this can tilt your opponent too. This is Mary's fastest and most reliable close range B among her basic moves. It's a high-performance move that links to basics and cancels into specials. Its startup matches standard characters' close-range C, making it a solid main move. Even repeatedly using close-range B up close deals decent damage. If you catch their roll like this, you can rack up lots of hits and damage with basic moves. Combined with the Far A bug, it's just insane. Rapid basic attacks are effective, but at close range, you can also do a tight link. However, if you add a command normal in this case, the combos you can do become limited. It's a good combo if you have fast hands, but it's pretty difficult to use in this game. It's also good to finish like this. Even against a tanky character, it still takes nearly half their health. It's also good for creating the spacing where Far A comes out. It's a fast crouching B with good reach and great chaining potential. The hitbox isn't exactly great, but the hurtbox becomes significantly smaller. Usually, when playing Mary, people tend to just throw out crouching B. Of course, this combo isn't bad, but it can also be used in other ways. With non-grab B, you can just do 1 or 2 hits, then switch to another basic move to connect a surprise attack. If you connect close B instead of crouching A, you can also easily follow up with a grab move. From Mary's perspective, this is a combo route with a pretty good return. This is a truly useless Far C basic move, absolutely worthless in every way. It's so bad that on top of that, the startup is way too slow, so you can pretty much say there's nowhere to use it at all. Even if your opponent is just throwing out any basic move, you can never break through with this. You'll just be busy blocking by yourself, and you can't even cancel into command normals or special moves at all. If you land it properly, you can get 2 hits, but there's no one who's actually going to get hit by it, and you don't really get any big advantage from it either. Unless you accidentally use it instead of a close C, this basic move is rarely seen. If you find it hard to use close B, then of course you should use close C. It's a high-performance basic move that hits twice and can be cancelled anytime you want. The only downside is that it's a bit slower to start up than close B. As a double-hit basic move, the cancel window is very generous, so it's really easy to combo with it. Even after adding the command normal, the cancel window remains generous, so it's typically a bread and butter combo. As a simple example, this kind of combo is often used and the damage is really brutal. This is a crouching C in an awkward stance. It has a forward movement, so you can use it when it's tricky to use a close C. Since you can cancel it into command normals or any special move, you can use it if you want a safe combo. Because its hitbox and startup speed are so bad, you should avoid using it on its own. This is a far D with no invincibility or priority. Its very slow startup means no one will get hit by it. Even with a decent hitbox, a much better far B exists, so there's no reason to use this for zoning. One advantage is that its lower hurt box disappears on startup, but no one is really going to use it for that. It's a decent close D. If another character had this, it could be a staple normal, but Mary has her close C. Close D can only be cancelled during the second motion, and its startup is slower than close C. Except for what I just explained, you can do the same combos as close C, but you can't force a link with close B, and because of its slow startup, there's really no reason to use it. It's not completely useless. Crouching D does have its own uses. Offensively, it's honestly a terrible normal that mainly focuses on evasion. You can tell it's a slow startup just by looking at it. Mary's Crouching D gives her a very low hurt box, making it good for dodging projectiles. Also, it has a bit more reach than Crouching B, but since D likely won't connect, you should use B to attack. One of Mary's main moves is the backdrop reel. Although it doesn't have full body invincibility, making reversals difficult, it's quite good for finishing combos. The damage is brutal, and the grab range isn't that short. Plus, since you can suddenly use it while dashing, your opponent can feel a lot of pressure. Mary has two counters. If you use it with B, it's for anti-air. If you use it with D, it activates on the ground. You can check the counter range by looking at the white box, and you can see that it's quite large. It has the drawback of leaving the lower part wide open, but when this lands, it's thrilling, and since the return is quite good, it's great against opponents who mindlessly use basic moves. It's not easy to use as an anti-air move, but using it on the ground with D knocks opponents away. Though the damage is low, it sends them flying and allows strong follow-up attacks. If you pull this off, the reward is so great you can take away nearly half their health. This is assuming you have meter. From your opponent's view, Slate Slicer is unexpectedly hard to counter. It slides in at a surprisingly fast speed and attacks low, and it's also great for keeping your opponent at a distance. Using the strong version lets you travel nearly the full distance unless your opponent moves, and you can follow up with an extra attack to break their joints. It's also good to use as a surprise attack by canceling big, telegraphed CD attacks. Besides surprise attacks or zoning, it's also great for combos and does solid damage. Some people quit because of the command input, but once you adjust, it's very useful. This is Vertical Arrow, an essential move for 97 Mary. The light version is used for mid-screen combos, while the heavy version can be used for anti-air. The basic hit itself, whether it's light or heavy, will land this hit if it connects directly. Both light and heavy versions have some full body invincibility, with the heavy version lasting slightly longer. The light version gets blocked like this, but the heavy version reliably works as an anti-air. But the key to 97 Mary isn't the hit, but the follow-up grab. If the opponent gets put into a hard knockdown and bounces, you can grab them with the follow-up grab. Doing a standard 9-hit combo followed by a grab deals massive damage. Landing this combo even once with just one bar can basically end the game. That's why the ancient Zenman players couldn't give up Mary. After the slicer, use the Deaver for an extra grab. It's easy, though challenging. It's among the best combos for damage without spending meter. With this insane combo, just landing it twice is usually enough to finish a round. If you use 2 bars, you can easily create a Touch of Death combo. I don't think there's an easier Touch of Death combo than this. This is Typhoon, who has a crazy grab range. The yellow area you see in the hitbox is all grab range, and usually you can fit about 2 characters in front. It's good for surprise attacks, and it's not bad to use as a regular combo finisher either. If you use it with EX or Max, the damage increases explosively. So if Mary has a certain amount of damage potential, the opponent can't just keep guarding, but if they try to dodge, they might get hit by a nearly fatal combo. That's why Mary, when she has meter, puts tremendous pressure on her opponent. Even from far away, once it's activated, she quickly closes the gap and slams down. That's all from Dory so far. I've left out some basic skills and techniques to make soup later, so you can make it too. Please subscribe, like, and comment to support the channel's growth.